Hey, this is Brian from Wright 732, and I'm coming to you live from my grocery store. Daily B, episode 72. Hey, this is Brian from BrianWright732.com and fitin.com, PHITIN.com. So there's something that I just keep thinking about because, there's all this information that we start consuming. So you read your books, you watch your vlogs, you watch this. But one of the things that I worry about is, do I lose my own voice by consuming other people's information? Do you lose your voice by consuming my information, other people's information? Do you start using the language, the terminology, the catchphrases of other people? Do you lose your sense of self as who you are as an entrepreneur and as a business person? For me, when I look at business and I see the rules, the tactics, the systems, I don't know if it's really important that we follow these rules if we have a real understanding of who we are and what we bring to the marketplace. If you understand yourself, you understand that you've got skills, you embrace these skills, then you create a value for the market with your skills, and you have empathy for the consumers that you're speaking to. I think that is the rule. Everything else, the timing of posting, the places in which you get your information out, these are tactics, but they're tactics that I think you can actually define better than anyone else. So if you're following someone that's finding success by posting at 3 o'clock every afternoon, it doesn't mean you have to. Because if you're employing empathy combined with an understanding of your skills, you're going to understand who your target audience is, where they are, when they're going to be, where you're putting your information out. You're going to have a better understanding than anyone else. So scouring books and the internet and all of these places and things to figure out the best strategy to attack, I don't know if it's really the idea. I think you have to go inward to understand yourself, target your audience, and then really be empathetic to your audience. Start figuring out, how am I going to speak to them in a way that they understand? How am I going to speak to them when they're ready to listen? I can't just do what I want when I want, but I can do what I want when my consumer is going to listen if I expect to be profitable. So I have to speak to people in a way they're used to be spoken to so that they actually listen at first, and then I can start my disruptive aspect of what I do, if what I do is actually even disruptive. So the point is, it's maintaining your sense of self. It's maintaining your own voice, not letting your sense of self get drowned out by all the information you're consuming as you're trying to expand your knowledge. It's building on your skill set, not adopting someone else's skill set that's going to make you different, which is going to cut you through the white noise, which is going to give you the opportunity to speak to a customer base. Now, the empathy side is what creates the effective aspect of your communication. So if you're thinking about, what does my customer need? What are the demands, the desires, the needs of the marketplace around me? You're going to have a better chance of taking your skills and fitting them into the marketplace profitably. A lot of people just do what they do and expect other people to follow along, but they're thinking about themselves and their skills, and they're not doing the math of, how does this fit in to the marketplace in which I'm operating? It's your value, for the consumer. It's not your value for yourself. There's a lot of things that I could do that I enjoy doing, but the people around me don't care about it, so it's a personal thing. That's a hobby. But taking my skill set and applying it to the marketplace with empathy, so I understand what the consumer is looking for and I create a business off that, that's business. So you don't want to just perpetuate a hobby. You want to create a life off of your business. So it doesn't matter who you are, what you do. You could be a maverick, you could be disruptive all you want. But if people aren't going to listen because you're being disrespectful by not respecting the way that they like to consume information at first, you're never going to go anywhere, or you're going to go to a limited space. You have to speak to people in a way that they are used to listening or used to being approached. Again, it's the whole social concept. You don't go on a video blog and post written word. You don't go into a place where people want to read and do an audio cast per se. You have to go, like on YouTube, you go and you do engaging video. On Instagram, you do engaging photos. On Facebook, you can do pretty much anything you want. But you have to understand your audience and how they're used to consuming if you want to have the impact. Because once you have your foot in the door and you've got their attention, then you can really start to disrupt and be that maverick that you set out to be and whatnot, and start changing the game. But you've got to get in the game first. You know, if you're sitting on the sideline and the coach doesn't want to put you in because he doesn't believe in you, or you haven't shown him your skills in a way that makes him believe, you know, you're never going to become the all-star player. So you've got to sit there and realize that the marketplace is the coach that you're trying to impress. You're trying to get their permission to play the game. So grab their attention. Do it in the ways that you know are going to grab their attention. And then change the game by operating differently once you have their attention, if that's what you do. Some people are pop music, and some people are disruptive. I consider myself to be punk rock. I'm a little bit anti-pop. I don't like mainstream. I think mainstream is for the herd. I don't necessarily speak to the herd. I speak to the individual that wants to rise above the herd. That's what I do best. I know that of myself, and that's why I operate the way I do. So for me, I have to be disruptive. I have to throw out ideas that challenge convention, because I'm not selling convention. I am selling different, progressive. I am trying to change the game. I am sick of what people call tried and true, which is really just old, rehashed information that has a minimal impact, that isn't even worth the amount of money that people are charging for the investment to figure out tried and true, which they probably already know. So what I'm saying here is, you really have to embrace your understanding of your skills. You have to cultivate your voice. You have to speak your way. You have to speak with your inflections and your intentions. Don't adopt the style of other people, because that's their style. You have to do you. Become you. Understand who you are. Then you have to bring that into the marketplace in a way that the marketplace is going to accept it at first, just to get the attention of the marketplace. And then once you have the attention grab, then you can go and you can say whatever the hell it is you want to say, and you can really see what the value of what you have is. But before you get to that point, I would take one step back also and make sure that you're employing empathy with whatever it is you're bringing to the market, because that way you're going to have the best chance of creating something that has value within the marketplace. Because again, it is not about what you want, it's about what you have and how that will have an impact on the market. And then having that impact on the market will ultimately bring back to you what you want. So you do what the marketplace needs. You give it something that it needs. That's the value that you create. Then you pull back out of it the things that you want. But you have to give to get. You can't just take, because the market's going to slam the door shut on you and won't even let you in. So if you want to get in the game, talk to them the way they want to be spoken to, have respect, have empathy, have value, then you'll get what you want. That's just the cycle of everything. So don't lose yourself. Really understand who you are. Take the time to analyze how you're communicating. Are you emulating, or are you being yourself? Be you. Go all in on your strengths. Spend 80% of your time really cultivating your voice, and then take 20% of that time and market the hell out of it. So go to the market, provide value, be yourself, be creative, and don't think you have to play by rules. You have to have respect, but you don't have to play by the rules. You can create a new rule book if you really see that there's a need for what it is you're bringing to the table. So you be you, people. Your most authentic self is always the best thing to be.